Okay, folks, welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. Last episode, we had just been increasing our Deutonium production here. Things seem to be going swimmingly, except for our one junction piece there, holding everything up. Lack of replacing... Oh, man. Okay. So we clearly have some issues. Let us take a quick hop, skip, and jump over to Alchiba 1. That's going to let us grab a few more belts. You know, honestly, never mind. We should have a belt storage facility here. I'm just going to throw a few in here. Actually, first thing I'm going to do is lower the, where is this? The minimum load of vessels down here to 10%. This is a tip that I got from Rob in the comments previously, so thanks, Rob, for that. What I'm attempting to do is pull in a very small amount of conveyor belts here, like let's just say 100, right? We're going to set this to, actually, well, in this case, we actually want closer to like maybe 2,000. But what this will let us do, and it's specifically for fuel rod logistics across different star systems, or solar systems rather, both of those would be functional there. But across these different star systems, we'd be able to then have the very, very small parcels of fuel rods that we're requesting. I think in the last time I did that, we requested somewhere around like 100 or 200. I believe the minimum load right now for my logistics vessels is closer to 1,000. Actually, we can check that right now. So let's pop into our technology. We want to be in upgrades and logistics carrier capacity 8. So I guess it was plus 200. Oh, it should say it over here, right? Logistics vessel carrying capacity is 1,000. Yeah. So to be able to get just 100 of an item, right? In this case, like fuel rods, where we don't want to move a full 1K fuel rods over to a far off planet. We want this to be closer to 100, so we need to make sure that we can set our carrying capacity at lower than the minimum load. So great tip there from Rob. Appreciate your advice. All right, so speaking of technology, I don't actually think we're working on anything right now. All of these require white universe matrix, so we're not even going to look at that upgrade page anymore. And the only thing we have left here is mission completed. We're going to hold on to that for a little bit. I don't really feel like we have completed our mission per se, which means that we got to hit up this Dyson Sphere stress system. Wow, some tongue twisters this morning. So I'm going to activate this. I believe that you can just keep doing this. We're at level 4 right now. I think you can just kind of keep running this, but seeing as we don't have very long to actually run this, I think we should be in an okay spot. Awesome. And we have all those. We're going to take those and then clear that. Okay. So first things first. Now we can go replace that one specific one that's causing the issue. And man, I wish there was a better way to fix these, because I feel like I just noticed by catching it, like visually, right? You can see it, but there had to be better ways to do this. Okay, so let's see what's going on over here. Good news is that it looks like we are now increasing here, and I'm actually going to allow just this box to fill up, and that's it. That's the only thing we want. But what we are going to do is just kind of leave this alone and see if this production is going to get us to net positive once we're actually done working on that. The thing that we're going to change today is going to be this, and I'm not really looking forward to this, but we want to move this back. We need to move it back up. I'm actually going to maybe move it down here, because what I like to do is set up a whole another row of these guys. Actually, let's move it somewhere really ridiculous. Like, let's move it up here or something. Because that's going to just kind of keep it out of the way, and that's what I'm looking for. So where could we potentially set up? This is interstellar, right? Yeah. So where could we potentially set up another one of these? I feel like something like right here might be good. It's going to be a little bit out. I mean, we could also put it over here. What I'm concerned about is basically having enough space, right? So maybe let's test out the Multibuild tool and see what we can get here. So we're trying to copy over this way, and we need to copy actually all of this too. So let's walk down here. I'm going to copy all this. This tool is so neat, by the way. If you haven't used it, Quantum Void recommended it to me like a month and a half ago, and it's really, really nice so far, especially for a facility like exactly like this. I think this is the exact use case for this tool, where it's a huge facility, and even if we were using copy inserters, this would still take quite a while to replace. Especially because what I'm looking for is the layout. That's what I'm specifically interested in right here, is getting some of these actual layouts too. So I'm going to actually copy a little bit more there. Okay. Copy. All right, so if we wanted to set down something like this, and we'll say we want to set it down right around here-ish, We actually have more space than I thought we would. So let's actually, now that we have this, let's move our station to this side, because I think that'll be a little bit easier. And we'll put it on the middle portion of the grid there. So now, what I'm going to do is route. Let's see how we want to do this. Okay. Let's try to keep everything as kind of as out of the way as we can. So we're going to route hydrogen down here. Let's give you, in this facility, we want hydrogen, we want graphene, we want red cubes, we want blue cubes, and I think we leave the fifth slot open in this configuration. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is make sure we have enough hydrogen in here that we can then run hydrogen out here. And I think what we're going to do is run hydrogen out of the middle, because what I want to do long term is actually hook this up, hook up this carbon input into here. Actually, if we want to do that, because where's this coming from? This is coming from here. This is full of carbon. I think we want to run this loop along here. And actually, I'm going to change this. So I'm going to bring this in here instead. And then let's carry... We're going to go around this iron vein. We're going to hook up a little bit closer to it. Kind of keep this just really tight here. And then go right up here. And we're going to redirect all that carbon into here instead. And then let us totally delete that. And we're going to probably move all of this in here instead. But just want to focus on kind of what we can control now. Interesting. Why is this happening? That's why this is happening. Okay. Good to know. And this is getting carbon not because it just has local demand. Perfect. Okay. And so it's flowing carbon out this way and out this. Oh, it was going... Wait, what? That doesn't even make any sense. Alright, so let's remove that. This is local... I see, so this is pulling carbon in, is what's happening here. Okay, never mind. I'm being foolish. So we're going to dismantle all of that. Let's actually dismantle that. So now, what I want to do is actually go in, and we'll just grab some carbon from here, honestly. Let's grab all that. Throw it in here, just so we have some, you know? Because we're right now already... oh, actually we have no carbon in here. Also here, let's delete that. And we'll just kind of let it pull up carbon for a little... Whoa, I don't even know what I picked there. Huh. Some new hotkeys that I clearly am not aware of. Alright, so we're throwing some carbon in there. And then we're going to just pull a line of carbon right out here and run it in to these guys. So I'm just going to set this up right now. So we have... Oh. So let's do this. Why is this even happening? Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. It has been such a long time. Okay. So we actually want to run this the other way. Run this way. I see. Okay. And then the other thing that I'm going to do is cut that and let that finish feeding hydrogen. And then we're just going to run this around over here so that the excess graphene is going in here. That's what was going on. I totally forgot about this little thing. I mean, this was like one of the first few episodes that we worked on. We built all this, so that was quite a while ago. That was back when we were localizing resources, and we didn't really have the option, did we? Cool. So now that we have this hooked up, I'm going to chop that off right there, chop the rest of that, and then we'll just pull our extra graphene right down into here. Beautiful. There we go. Right down into here. Beautiful. Okay. So what is going to happen here, though, is that we're actually going to drain all of the graphene out of here, which is not what we want to do. So what I'm going to do instead is actually chop this right here. And then we'll put a little holding box here. And this is what we'll use to pull the graphene out and deliver it over here. So then what I'll probably end up doing is actually removing the box from the other side. And this is really just to give us this buffer to make sure that we don't pull all of the carbon out, right? Why are you colliding? There we go. Okay, actually, cut that. I just keep clipping through the freaking station here. And then this will go down into here. There we go. No. No, that's too ugly. Too ugly for Monday morning, even. I am recording this on Monday morning, so hopefully we'll get to you by Wednesday. We have a good episode coming out later today. Hope you will enjoy it. So we're going to pull these out here. And then just maybe use one going out this way. So that's kind of an easy way to hopefully get those all balanced out. And then what we should see is that, yeah, we will have that buffer there, so we don't have to worry about it too much. Honestly, too, this is not going to matter because what's going to end up is this is going to mostly fill up anyways. So I'm now debating if this even makes sense. Like, what does this actually do? No, that doesn't even make sense. What am I doing? You know what? Let's just do it. And if we run into issues, we'll fix it. How does that sound? This is Monday morning. We're getting crazy. Because honestly, I think there's enough production here to fully feed these anyways. So it's interesting. My blue has totally stopped working. That's always an interesting... Oh, it's probably because they're stacked, right? Yeah, they're stacked. Okay. So I'm not too worried about that. What I am going to do is now start routing things up. So... And I kind of want to get rid of these. I kind of want to get rid of all of these. So maybe what I'll do here is... One, I'm going to cut off your means of production, or rather your means of extraction. And then we're going to route 2 lines in here for our cubes, matrices, whatever. There we go. And we will pull as many out as we can, as quickly as we can here to stock up our local sorter. And actually, what I want to do before that is probably pull as many of these out as I can and dump them in there myself, because what I don't want to do is end up with too many of them in here. And I recognize that it is kind of defeating the purpose. Cool. Did that just like delete them automatically? I'm not sure. But what did I have this set up to? Local supply. Local supply. Yeah. Okay. So that should be fine. All right. So with the blue ones, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Maybe what we want to do is put extra storage at the local point, right? So let's go check out our research facility. It's been a while since we've been up there. That was the wrong one. Whoa! What a freaking view. That's awesome. Never gets old, right? Okay, so let's go down here. Let's see what's going on down here. Alright, that's green and purple. Clearly not very much green. And this is... Oh, this looks so good. I don't want to mess this up, you know? Alright, so let's just leave that there. Still looks good. Yeah, I'm not really worried about this at all, honestly. The only problem I have is that this can only fit 5,000. That would be my only critique right now. That seems weird to me. I don't really know exactly what's going on here. I think it's because they fill in and around, which in retrospect is not something they even need to do. I don't know why we set that up that way. That makes no sense. Can anyone go back and look at that episode and tell me why we decided to do that? Because I can't. There we go. That makes sense. I don't know why we tried to do it any other way. I also don't know why we organized them in that fashion. That's super weird. There's a lot of things I don't understand about what we chose to do, but we should be fine here, except for the fact that I deleted that because now it doesn't. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so that should at least fix the spinning around type situation. I mean, it looks cool, I guess, but it also just looks like something's broken. So, oh well. All right. So what we can do is, you know, we don't need to store them. That's the whole point, right? Is you don't need to store all of that excess. Oops, we would have gone the wrong way. So I'm going to try not to make extra problems for myself where they don't need to be. Look at this beautiful foundation factory. Honestly, this is maybe what I'm most happy that we worked on last time, right? Is now we have all this beautiful foundation. I'm actually going to steal some just because I'm here, right? Oh, and it stacks in thousands too. That is awesome. All right, we're actually gonna grab a little bit more, restack, and then dump this back in. So now we have a stack of 2,000 foundation just chilling with us. I love that. I love that so much. Okay, so let's go back over here. What I'm going to do is delete all of these excess. Yep, we're just gonna do it. I'm sorry. We're littering all over the planet. Yep. Oh, the day after Earth Day, too, nonetheless. That's awful. Well, here, let's do these, too. Get a real good picture here. Oh, my gosh. Look at that mess. That's great. I love that. Well, here, we have to be standing in it. Can we, like, jump? Do, like, the Friends thing right here? Ah. All right. I'm done. Sorry. Messing around. Gotta get our photos for the gram. All right. Getting rid of the litter. Destroy these. I don't even know what they're attached to anymore. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay. Okay. I will say, when we first, when the development team, rather, first made this feature, I was not too sure about it, right? But I've actually totally changed my mind. I think it's hilarious now. We're going to go, actually, here, over it a little bit more. I will admit that it does make it a little bit harder to see what I'm doing. But, you know, sacrifices must be made. This will actually, I think, maybe go and line it up right here. Throw these in there. There we go. Oh, it's because I'm using the... Actually, here, we can downgrade those. But we'll... I want them actually to all be on 2s. So I'm going to downgrade that, and then I'm going to take the whole thing, and we're going to upgrade the whole line just to 2s. Then we're going to clean up all that litter. Okay. This looks a little bit tighter to me. Yes, they're all stacking. Wah, whatever. You'll get over it. And it's actually what we want, because what this is going to do is means we're using these resources for other things. And I don't know if we talked about this. We were running into a microchip shortage, or processor, dang it, processor shortage earlier. And that fixes that. So I'm also going to get rid of some of these. This is just ridiculous. We don't need... Alright, these are connecting that way. This is connecting that way. This is, I assume, powering something, presumably. Maybe we just drop one of these bad boys down here and call it a day. There we go. Let's see what we can get rid of now. That. Wow. Okay. It's great to get a lot of these back. Anything else that's covered in this space that I couldn't otherwise get rid of? Oh, there's another one literally right there. Huh. Okay. Well, let's delete this one then. See what runs out of power. And then move it over. Oops. Okay. I think we'd be okay there. Which means we can get rid of that. That. I don't think we can go that far over. Maybe that one? Nope. That was a bridge too far. There we go. Okay. I won't spend too much time with that. More time with that, but I just wanted to replace that. Okay. So let's get on to the main attraction here. So the first thing I'm going to do is let's just... All this is going to break, right? Well, we know all this is going to break. I'm just going to hook this up for the second. So we have this here. And that's going to fully end our requirements over there. Let's go back here, dump that in. All right, well then we're just getting rid of it. Same with all these guys. We're just making messes today. What else is going in here? Hydrogen is literally just cycling in here to cycle back out. So I'm actually going to do this for the time being, because I think that should prevent us from running into any immediate hydrogen issues. And I'm okay with this backing up the whole line if we run into that issue. But mostly we just have to get this out of here. Yes, get rid of that. All these things. Okay. I don't know where this was going. Oh. Uh-oh. That's not what we wanted. I see. That's problematic. There we go. Fix that line. Boom. Okay. Everything's happy again. Okay. So now we have that copy, right? Where can we lay this down? We're probably going to want to align it. Do we though? Okay, it's starting to hit back there. So let's maybe for the second go in here and delete that, delete that. Okay, these are really hard to dismantle actually. And then let's remove all of this and see if that helps with laying this down. Because we'll just connect everything back up in a little bit. I think we want a little bit of space there. The more space we can have, the better, to be honest with you. I actually can't zoom out far enough to be able to see. Okay, but this looks okay. I think we're going to dump it right there. Let's see how this goes. Let our little guys build. Okay. So, now, this is taking hydrogen now, if I remember correctly. So we have hydrogen coming this way. Nope, nope. So this should be all hydrogen here. Let me get it under there again really quickly. There we go. And it just hasn't happened to be coming this direction because... Alright, yeah, no, I'm trying to take my guys from the building space. Let's not do that. We'll just give it a minute to watch our little minions do this. Alright. Go ahead, minions. Oh, you know what we did not do is put any drones in here. Do we have any drones right now? Doesn't look like we do. Let us make some more of these drones. What do we need? These guys that are steel and copper? Okay. We can make that happen. Drones. 2. What else? Oh, probably need more of these too, don't we? 16. Alright, let's build them. What's the weak link? Alright. We need more copper, I think. Alright. How about now? 46. That sounds a little bit better. Our weak link is our steel plates. Or iron, sorry, rather. Now our weak link is those things. Okay, so we'll put the rest of this back. It's actually not the end of the world to have some of this stuff. Throw some of that back, just in case. What? What? No. Okay, there we go. Organize that. Beautiful. One thing I am going to go back and do is come back here. Throw down one chest. Again. If I can get a guy to come out here. Thank you. We're going to put the fractionators back. We took our time to build a ton of fractionators, and I want to be able to enjoy that we spent all that time to do that. We are going to run into a hydrogen problem very quickly over here, so our deuterium production is probably not running right now. It's just, it's an acceptable evil at this point, because we got to get these running. There's a few other points where I think they're not working. There we go. Okay. I think we're doing okay. I'm going to run through here one more time, just to make sure that they are producing everything. And then we can hook everything up. Okay. So, what we're going to do is look at the one on the other side and make sure that we kind of mimic how that works from a resource perspective. So right now we have oil going in to that main splitter. Ooh, yeah. One of the things we did not copy are the 2 splitters right here. So let's do that now. Okay. I'm going to put splitter here and splitter here. Yep, that's exactly how we want that to go. All right. So hydrogen is rolling through that way. Oil is coming up this way. Hydrogen is coming up this way. Come on. Oh no, hydrogen is coming down this way. It must be. No, that's good. Okay. So this will be oil in. That's actually super annoying. Do we have more? Okay, we do have more oil lines we could pull out of here. So maybe what I'm going to do is, it's annoying that it's this far over, but you can't really fix that. So let's pull an oil line down here, and then we will pull this oil line over and use this one. Oops, that's obnoxious. There we go. You, my friend, will go all the way down here. Yeah, let's do it. And then what I'm going to do here is break that up. Put some tanks here. I'll run one right along here. Oops. Hard to, when you get that close in there, that can be a little challenging. There we go. And then we'll run this one over. Beautiful. Okay. So the real trick here is going to be hydrogen. So right now, hydrogen is coming out there in here. So at this point, it now needs to come down and through here. But okay, no. All right, you can only go up that way, and that can only be find oil. How do we have it set on this one, actually? Okay, it is filtering up. I see, because then excess goes out. Yep, okay. So you go up that way with hydrogen. I think we probably just worked up the whole lines, so I'm going to ignore that. Actually, hold up. We can't do this yet, because the problem we're going to run into is... Oh, beautiful. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Okay, so it did copy the splitters. Really good to know. If you're using multi-build, it will copy your splitter settings. That is super helpful to know. Why was this split? That does not make any sense to me. I don't know why we were doing this. I'm going to pull that entirely. And I'm not going to mimic that over there. So now, this is again excess hydrogen that we're running. This is going to run down. Actually, I don't remember why we decided to do that, but I'm undeciding to do it. And then this will run down there. I don't even know why this needs a splitter now. So we'll just run it straight down. There we go. This is not working the way that I want it to, so I'm just going to do that. We just prioritize. I see. Okay. Alright, and the carbon... I think we actually want to run the carbon the other way around. So I think... and where's this going? Because this should also be going in here. This one is also still totally broken, so let's go fix this and make sure this works again. Why are you upset here? Because you are... Oh, this one did get messed up somehow. Let's just pull some of that out of there and see if that helps. No. Why are you upset? Oh, because the graphite is totally backed up. I see. So let's actually... We're going to pull the graphite around, I think. Or no, hold up. What's going on here? They're all feeding down to this direction. I see. Okay, so that honestly just seems like it might be more of a pain in the ass to fix then. No, you know what? No, that's not a reasonable excuse. Alright, so let's go up here. And first of all, let's not do that. Let's break this here, break this here. We're going to break this right here. Then we're going to reverse this. Then we are going to put in a splitter here. Now, let's connect this here, connect this here. Pull this over, get that out of my face. Alright, pull this over and around. So, let's go this way. Actually, a little bit over, and then down. You can connect it over there. Okay. So now, what we should be seeing very shortly is that all of that will go in the correct way. So now the graphene is working again, and we should be in an okay spot for our hydrogen production there. You look like you're not going anywhere. That's because this graphene is totally maxed out in terms of storage. That's why we were building that little graphene output. I see. So let's do... see, now this is a fun place to deal with our graphene. So now let's do this. Pull this down. And he can just be pulling right out of here. No, that will not work because that graphene is pulling in. So what we'll do instead, maybe, is use a little bit of our beautiful extra foundation here. There we go. Pull one string of graphene out here. Put our little guy right here. Set this to 0. And you just start eating graphene until the cows come home. Beautiful. Okay. So now we got that rolling again. Let's fix this. So that side is not operating because this hydrogen is fully running it here. What if we... I want that hydrogen to be out there. So let us do that. We are going to break right around this corner here. Just get rid of all that. Then I think this has to go up anyway, so that's going to be going up. That means it has to back up just a little bit. So let's put this, how tight can I put this right around here? I think, cool, I can build along there. So that'll work. All right, so what we want to do is send our, excuse me, our primary hydrogen up and over. I don't know what the heck it's doing like that. Nope, 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 nope. Why would, no, there we go. All right, so let's actually go, we'll line it up, I don't really care. There we go. Come on. What do you... Give me a hard time here. There we go. So we'll send this up here. And we will ask it to prefer going that way. But then, we'll run the excess out this way. There we go. So we'll see if this is enough. I'm honestly not sure. But we will find out. Looks like everyone's going to start working again shortly, hopefully, and we shall find out. What I'm also interested in is why it looks like our science has completely stopped moving, but we'll check that out in just a second. Okay, just a few more things to hook back up. Looks like this hydrogen line has not been hooked up. So, I think, I mean, in a perfect world, I'd like to run it into this. Why has this stopped working? Are you upset? Product stacking. Why is that? Because you have a little bit of graphene right there. Oh, no, it's because graphene has started to completely stack. Okay. In that case, you know what we're going to do? We're going to get rid of all this. Yep, no more for you. And instead, we are going to run the graphene out of here. Nope. There we go. Actually, I just want, there's like an area delete, right? Is that a thing? There we go. We may regret this sometime in the future, but it sounds like a problem for future us. Oops. Just a few. Okay. So, hopefully what this will do is let us get our graphing a little bit more under control. Dump that in there. Okay. And then what I will do is stop this, just so we can kind of get a handle on what the pace looks like here. It's not going to be significant. So, actually, I can leave that out. I don't know why I did that. Put this back here, too. There we go. Okay. So... Oh, this graphene is busted because it's not actually flowing in. That was the graphene problem. Okay. Because we were routing all of it up, too. Wasn't that the case? Yeah, so we're routing all this graphene up. So what I am going to do is actually cut this line here. We'll run this graphene right up here. And then let's actually chop this, move that. Ooh, okay. That's actually, well, I think once it clears out, it'll be okay. So let's do the same here and see what happens. Oh, whoops, to flip that. And then we can connect it. There we go. Alright, let's see how this goes. Alright, so last one is this line. I think what we might want to do is move this line up a little bit, move this line down a little bit, hop over, and then run in there. So let us do that. We're going to pull this out, pull this back, chop that there, and then put this splitter in a more reasonable location, which I think would be about, let's say here. It's going to make the line connections look a little bit less clean, but it will be overall easier to connect everything up. Alright, up and over. Pull that back, down. There we go. Okay. We are still going to favor that direction. Now, with our excess, we're going to come along here. Run right down there. Then, you're going to bring a line back to up, up, and down. There we go. We'll run this directly across. Beautiful. Okay. So, I think we should be in a relatively good spot now. Looks like all of these are at least... you are unhappy. Why is that? Product stacking. What can you not seem to get out quickly enough? Looks like hydrogen, and I think we're fixing that problem right now, it looks like. Yes, so, okay. So I think we are doing okay right now. The real question will be if we're now having enough hydrogen feed from here to actually succeed over here. And we may hit some oil production issues at some point as well. So I'm thinking, well, we kind of need this literally just as like a belt splitter. It's a little bit annoying though. So let's well, and the funny thing too is we're sending it all the way up here and then all the way down. What we should be doing, I think, is actually filling this and then sending the excess down. Which is actually, all right, let's think about this for a second. So those are the two inputs and these are the two outputs. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's cut this, remove all of that, and then we're actually going to run this the other way. Because we only want the excess to run out at this point. That's the real question, is can you give like a... Alright, so we might actually have to use a splitter here instead. I think let's do that. So let's delete that really quickly. I know, everyone's going to get upset with me. Put a splitter here instead. And this splitter is going to favor this output over this output. Yes, favor that, and then run this in, run this in. There we go. So now, we can just send all of our excess down that way, and we'll have this kind of storage pod right here. We actually, I mean, technically don't even really need that at this point, but I like having this buffer because these two require this so much. Okay, let's check this out. Last, something going terribly wrong here. Let's see what's going on. So, let's cut this little tail off here. You are upset because you are working. Hold up. Let me find one that's upset here. It's stacking everything. Why is that? You're stacking everything because it just doesn't look like your copy worked. There we go. Same here. There we go. You two are just unhappy because the lack of material. Okay. I see. So now, well, hold up. Why is this carbon stacking up here? Okay, so my carbon is getting totally jammed. So now we need to actually begin pulling carbon out of our system here. Nice. Or not carbon, our excited graphene or whatever. Energetic graphite. Some people have said you can burn this. Like, I know that you can burn it. It's just a question of like whether or not you can burn it in a way that actually works fast enough, right? Alright, I think that's going to hopefully get this system going here. Because I'd rather have a little bit less graphene coming from this. Like, the goal of the system was not really to produce graphene. Although it is nice to have a little bit more graphene, the goal of the system is to produce hydrogen. So that's what I'm kind of aiming for at this point. Alright, so it looks like this one is starting to not clog up nearly as much. But if I just, I'm just going to take some out of the system and see what happens at this point. We'll delete that. And then, oh, we also want to put some drones in here. We do not want to put that many drones in. Maybe 15 seems like a good number. All right, then let's get all this, delete that, all this hydrogen. It's gonna go in there. Beautiful. Okay, so then they can help kind of redistribute here. All right. It is getting a little bit dark on the planet, but I think that we have this all sorted out. Hopefully, we should see this graphing clear up pretty soon. You know what? This is dumb. Let's not even worry about it. We'll just set up another line. I think it was foolish to try to run this in both ways, so let us... We'll chop it up here, actually. We don't need to do this. We will flip this. There we go. And come down here and run it along here. Okay, so this will at least make sure that we're running multiple lines in there. We don't have to worry about it as much. Okay. So, this looks like the only thing left that is breaking, and let us fix this. We're going to use a splitter here. And then I think we will actually run one more line down here, and we can fit one in. Oh yeah, we still have plenty of lines down there actually, so not a problem there at all. All right, and actually now that I look at this, I kind of want this to go straight in, so let's do that. Get a little bit of clutter out of the way, right? I mean, we'll just delete that whole thing. Beautiful. Okay. So, the point being is that then pull this over here. Run right along here. And pop out. Just pop back in there. Okay. Awesome. Alright, so I think hopefully we have now finally cleared up some of that flow issue. And what we really now have to make sure is that we're feeding enough hydrogen into this system. So what we might have to do is actually pull a little hydrogen out and feed it back into the system. So we'd have to feed it back in here. Oh, that's why we're not feeding the hydrogen back into the system right now. We're just pulling it out. I see. Okay. It's this little piece that we have to make sure we have here. So let's move this down a little bit. That was our big mistake here. And that's why we had that splitter here originally. Alrighty. How did that do that? It was actually just going straight through. Okay, so you actually don't even need that really in that design, because it's still feeding through there. I see. Okay. So we're going to come down here, hop over, pull that out. Actually, it can mostly just stay up here, now that I think about it. So it needs to go over here. There we go. Okay. That's what we want to do. I see. Alright, so now let's just fix this. Run this through properly. I can... Nope. I can run under there, though. Okay. There we go. And then we'll actually... do we want to line that up a little bit more? Nah, it's just going to mess everything else up. Try not to think about it too much. How does that sound? Okay. So now, what this should do is basically just feed enough of the hydrogen through here in this loop that we should be okay. If we really wanted to, we could probably have this go right through here, but we actually don't want that, because what's going to end up happening is that this is going to end up being almost a continuous loop, kind of like this, and we'll pull the excess out this way, is I believe what we want to have happen. So the real question is if we need to run one more set of hydrogen from here all the way into the front system, so that we're making sure that we're just jamming the front system as much as we can. But at that point, it would actually make sense not to do this looping at all. So the real question is basically, do we want to have all hydrogen flow to the one central controller here and then pull the line out around the beginning, or do we want to have localized line controllers here where we're actually resetting these things? I think we're going to answer that question next time. For now, we're going to leave it here. Good news is that we have doubled our capacity right here. Let's take a shot for the gram. Beautiful. All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me, and I will catch you next time. Have a great rest of your evening.